Hi, it's DeAnna. Today I'm going to be addressing the most common concerns or challenges that women have shared with me about eyebrows. And I'll have some chapters in the description so that you can jump right to your top concern. Eyebrows. Seriously, this is one of my most requested how-to makeup tutorials because eyebrows can totally transform your look. Now, either you love doing your brows or you find yourself challenged. A good eyebrow can give your face a natural lift while making you appear more put together and even youthful. The current trend for 2021 is a brow that looks more natural and full, and it looks like that trend is going to be staying around for 2022. And in my opinion, that is good news, especially for those of us that like to have a classic way to participate in a color trend that looks great on any age. But for some of us, a good eyebrow can be intimidating, especially as we mature and the eyebrow hair changes. Maybe you're someone who doesn't do your eyebrows because you've seen some bad eyebrows before and you don't want to look like that. You know the ones I'm talking about, where her eyebrows arrive in the room before her. If we don't already have a fantastic eyebrow just naturally, sometimes we avoid doing eyebrows, which can leave our look unpolished and actually make our eyes look tired and droopy. So let's jump in and get started. All right, we're going to kick it off with shaping our brows first so we get a really nice natural finish. When shaping your brows, remember they're sisters, not twins. First, take a pencil or a brush and hold it vertically along your nose, and it should line up with the outside of your nose. Remove any hairs that are inside that point. You want to make sure you avoid the unibrow. Next, find the ending point. Align your brush diagonally along your nose and the outer edge of the eye. And lastly, to find the arch or the high point, you want to hold the pencil at the end of your nose and aligning it through the iris of your eyes. You'll want to avoid over-tweezing eyebrows or leaving stray hairs or letting your eyebrows grow out and go ungroomed. To groom my brows, I'm going to use Mary Kay's dual-ended brush. One end is an eyeliner brush, and this other end is the spoolie, and I'm going to use the spoolie to brush out my brows. It's best to start with brushing them up first, and then taking the spoolie, after you've brushed them, to lay them back down by brushing from your nose to the outer corner. Now, there's definitely some cleaning up and shaping I need to do to my brows, but I'm going to wait and do that a little bit later in the video. We're going to be using Mary Kay's Precision Brow Liner in Blonde. I love this because it's retractable, it doesn't need any sharpening, and it has a really nice micro tip to help line, define, and fill in the brows with hair-like precision. I like to start with defining the brow first by helping create a little edge underneath the bottom part of my eyebrow, and this just helps give a little bit of lift to the eyebrow. And then I'm going to go back, and with this wonderful tip on this pencil, I'm going to put in feather-like, hair-like strokes. You see, I'm kind of doing small, tiny strokes to help fill in my brows. If you're somebody like me that maybe has some places where you're missing hair, it's sparse, or you have hair but there's gaps in there, or it's gotten lighter, more platinum over time, this is a great way to make a natural brow and just kind of help fill it in. You'll avoid that drawn on look with this pencil if you use really short feather-like strokes, and that way you won't have this heavy drawn on look. Nobody wants that look. Or you won't have the super thin drawn on look either. We want to have really natural, full looking brows, and that really does help make our eyes look more youthful. And you'll want to avoid what we call the tadpole look. That's where the beginning part of the eyebrow is a little bit thicker than the rest of the brow. The goal is to have a really nice, natural, full-looking brow. There you go, one eyebrow done. I think it really helps my eye just look more awake, and it makes my look feel more put together when I have my eyebrows done. Pro tip, when you're all done with your eye makeup, if you feel like your brows are too dark, you can always take your spoolie and gently groom through them to help get the shade that you desire. Now it's the perfect time for me to go back and look for straggler hairs that need to be cleaned up. I like to do it after I've done my brow because then I can see all the little baby fine hair that needs to be cleaned up and removed. You can use tweezers if you'd like. Just make sure you tweeze in the direction that your hair grows. But for me, I like to use this grooming tool. I think it's called a no-no. I really appreciate how well it gets all those baby fine hairs, removes them down to the skin level. You're not pulling out the follicle, so you're not going to lose the hair growth, and it also doesn't irritate my eye area. I just like the way it helps clean it up, and then I can make sure that that bottom edge, that's where I really have trouble, is that my hair gets too long down there. And if you're cleaning up underneath the arch, you're going to help define the lift of the eye area, and again helps make that more youthful appearance. Another way to get great lift is to highlight your brow bone. I'm going to be using Mary Kay's Eye Smudger brush. I really like this brush. It has a domed bristle head, really dense bristles, and it's great for detailed work. And I'm going to be using Mary Kay's Chromafusion eyeshadow in Blossom. You want to apply it directly under the arch of the brow there to help add some lift to the eye area. See how much more lift that one eye area has? And if you'd like, you can always go back and add more to the upper part of the arch for even more added lift to the brow. Next, I'm going to be using Mary Kay's Volumizing Brow Tint in the shade Blonde. When you're first using this product, you're going to want to wipe the excess formula from the tip of the brush. Then, starting at the thickest part of the brow, or where it should be the thickest, apply in short upward strokes. You want to follow the direction of the hair growth and just keep applying until you get the desired look that you're going for. You can use the tapered spoolie tip to go back and forth and fill in any areas you might have missed, or to perfectly place a particular part of your brow, especially if you have hair that doesn't want to lay down. This helps set it and lay it down. This product's a great option if you just want to shape, tame, thicken, and fill in your brows. Now here's a great hack if you don't have a lot of eyebrow hair to work with. Grab the eyeliner brush and get some of the volumizing tint on the end of the brush and go back and apply it right where your hair should be. This has a wonderful natural look to it, and because this product is life-proof, it stays on. This helps give you a more natural brow instead of a drawn-on brow, which can happen sometimes with a pencil. If you feel like your brows always just look really drawn on, so you avoid doing nothing because you don't want that drawn on look, use the brush and the volumizing tint. Now here's another hack using the brush. Put eyeshadow on. Now I like to do the eyeshadow on top of the volumizing tint because the tint has the waterproof formula to it, and you can grab the brush and use eyeshadow to add a different color. This is great if you're somebody that's really struggling with finding a complementing shade to your hair and your eyebrows are either always too dark or too light. Now this shade is too dark for me, but I just wanted to do this so that you could see the difference and how you can use this to make a really natural looking brow, but you're using shadow instead of a pencil. I recommend, to make it look more natural, go back and brush it out a little bit with the spoolie. That's great if you have any hairs that might have picked up too much color, like I have that one spot right there that I was trying to get out. But if you don't have a lot of hair, be careful when you use the spoolie so that you don't remove the color that you just applied. Speaking of drawing on your eyebrows, what should you do if you really don't have any eyebrow hair? Okay, I tried my best to cover up my eyebrows. Didn't work great, but I want to show you a technique that's wonderful if you have to draw on your brows. And I borrowed an idea from eyebrow threading called X Marks the Spot. And I want to give you two options. This first one is going to be using Mary Kay's Precision Eyebrow Pencil. So we're going to start by drawing an X that we're going to go back and fill in. You're going to start the drawing part, the line part of it, at the bottom corner, inner corner of the eyebrow, and go up to the top of where the arch should be. And you're making as straight a line as you can. This kind of reminds me of Star Trek. This is going to date me a bit, but remember Spock eyebrows? This is the beginning of a Spock eyebrow. We're not going to leave it like that, don't worry. Okay, next we've got to make the bottom part of the X. So the inner part of the eyebrow by the nose, you're going to start at the top part, and you're going to draw across to the bottom part, meeting underneath the arch of the brow. I'm using a brunette pencil, which is not my shade, but I wanted to go darker so that you all could see what I'm doing, because I'm fighting through some eyebrow hair that's already there. So you can see I'm making the X marks the point, the X marks the spot, is out there at the arch of the eyebrow, or where the arch should be. There you go. See that little X right there? There you go. Now there are going to be 3 parts you're going to have to fill in. This inner part of the X, right here at the top where the arch is at, and then the arch down to the end of the eyebrow. So these are the areas we're going to fill in with feather strokes with the pencil to make it look like hair. Here we go. Let's get started. So apply an upward feather-like strokes at the beginning part of your brow, because natural hair brow goes up. So if you're drawing this on and you don't have any hair there, you want to go in an upward stroke, go to the arch, and then you're going to fill this in a more downward stroke. And you remember, you want to avoid those tadpole eyebrows, so make sure that inside corner isn't thicker than the rest of the brow. So here we go. I'm just going to work on filling this in. So for giggles, I'm going to put a link right here to the video I watched on how to cover up your eyebrows using eye makeup. And the gal suggested using glue. I mean, like, you know, regular Elmer's glue. I didn't do that. So that's why you're still seeing a lot of my eyebrow hair in here, because I like my eyebrow hair enough that I didn't want to put glue in it. All right, so here's the end result. If I was going to wear this eyebrow outside, I probably would have obviously used a lighter color and gone through it with the spoolie to clean it up a little bit, but here's using a pencil. On the other eyebrow, I'm going to show you how to use the eyeliner brush and eyeshadow. I'm going to be using Mary Kay's Chromafusion eyeshadow. This is in Mahogany. Now I'm literally going to repeat the same process. This shows up a little bit better because this Mahogany is got more of a golden brown in it, so you'll be able to see what I'm doing. But I'm going to do that X marks the spot. I'm going to make sure I know where my ending is at and where my beginning is at, and I'm just going to start drawing that bottom line of the X. Hold on, let me get my eye. Trying to get my eye all centered here so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, I think I almost got it. All right, we're almost there. So anyway, I'm gonna brush it in with the eyeshadow. This eyeliner brush really grabs the shadow, so you want to be careful to not put too much on it first. And of course, it kind of blends it out a little bit. I almost like this technique a little bit better than the pencil. It has a little bit more natural look to it, but I think part of that is because I actually had hair to work with. And now we're going to do the bottom part of that X. I think this eyebrow naturally has less hair, so you're really going to be able to see the end result of this X. And we're going to go now and we are going to fill this in. Now remember, if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of eyebrow hair and you need to draw on your brows, if you want to use eyeshadow so that you can get the perfect color, use a little bit of brow tint and then put the shadow on top. I'm going to show you right now how to use the brow tint with the brush applicator. And I'm just going to go right on top of that eyeshadow that I already applied. Now the volumizing brow tint does just that. It's going to add some volume here. So if you already have some hairs, even if they're sparse, it's going to add some volume and lift to those brows. And I was really struggling with that one spot, and I was like, I just can't get that one spot to work. So I'm going to grab the spoolie and try to go back and fix that. So while I'm grooming these up, I want to talk to you about picking a shade that complements your hair. You can see both of these do not complement my hair. The one that I'm grooming right now, that's the brunette. The one that I just moved to, that's the mahogany. The mahogany is a little closer to being complementary because it's a warmer color, but yeah, these two are not my shade. Here's some great examples for choosing a color that complements your hair. If you have salt and pepper, or if you have gray hair, or even if you have a platinum hair. You'll notice the colors don't completely match, but they complement. Here's some tips if you struggle with getting your eyebrow product to be long wear. Grab yourself some of these Mary Kay oil absorbing tissues. I like to use them before and after on my eyebrow hair. I really heavily moisturize my eye area with eye cream, so I will use these before and after. Right now I'm using it after. What these do is they reduce shine, absorb excess oil, and they don't disturb the makeup, and they leave a really nice matte finish. So if you do them beforehand, it will help absorb any oil. You can also grab your powder brush and a pressed powder that coordinates with your skin tone and apply it to your eyebrows before you do your eyebrow product. This helps create a matte finish, and that matte finish will help your eyebrow pencil or volumizing tint glide on effortlessly and dry quicker and dry to a more matte finish and just be long wear. Now personally, I really like our Mary Kay Precision Brow Pencil and our Volumizing Tint because they're both a life-proof formula. They really stay on well, they're humidity resistant and sweat-proof. This is one of my favorites, Mary Kay Finishing Spray by Skindinavia. You can use this to lock in all of your makeup or to do detailed work like what I'm going to do. I'm going to spray my brush with some finishing spray and go back and actually apply it directly to my eyebrow hair. You can use it with the spoolie, or you can spray the actual brush, and that works really good too if you're having to draw on your eyebrows and you're using eyeshadow. If you dampen the brush with the finishing spray and then dip it in the shadow, you'll help lock it in. Or just spritz your eyebrows directly with the spray. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed our little chat about eyebrows, the importance of a good eyebrow, and how it can transform your look. I'd love to hear from you, so why not tell me in the comments if you picked up a new hack or a new trick or a new idea and you can't wait to try it on your eyebrows. And if you take some pictures, why not tag me on social media, because I'd love to see your new look. And why not give me a comment also and let me know if there's something you would love me to cover in a video. If there's a topic on a skincare, makeup, something you would love for me to cover for you, I'd be happy to do that. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.